Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll get to know the SGA President-Elect Olivia Melton. Olivia, thanks for joining here today.
Thank you for having me.
And as I mentioned, you are the President-Elect, meaning that next year you're going to take the reins of the Student Government Association here at Troy University. First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
And for the folks out there who don't know about you, and there may be some out there who don't know enough about you just yet. Tell us a bit about yourself. Where are you from? How did you end up where you are now?
Yeah, so I am a junior. I'm a math and economics major here at Troy University, and I'm from Orange Beach, Alabama. I have, a great family back home with a little brother who's 14. And a very supportive parent, so I'm happy to be here. They come to a lot of the events, a lot of athletic games, so we love Troy University. So. And
now you've been a part of the Student Government Association for a little while. You've been an officer before, but now you're in the big position. Tell us a little bit about your background in SGA and how you got started, because you've been involved since the very beginning, right? Since you got to Troy, right?
Yes, sir. So I came to the university, and through Impact I heard about Freshman Forum, and so that's kind of where I got started here in SGA. So I was in Freshman Forum and I ran for Freshman Forum president, so I got to oversee that my freshman year, and we did a lot of great things. We started a service project called BAPAT for Kids that provides food at the local Head Start that still continued on today, as well as various other projects. So that was a great time. Then I got to do Freshman Forum director, so I was over for the Freshman Forum the next year, and then this year I was director of representation. So basically I was over all of the elections held on this campus as well as homecoming court. So it's been a really great time.
So one of probably the busiest non-president positions is that handling all those elections and all the little things like that. But I guess it prepares you well to get in a position where you're having to run the whole thing.
I definitely do. I think it helps to be on SGA exec the year before, just because I was able to not only make connections with people that now I'm going to be working even more closely with, but also how to handle the student body when they come in with questions, and you can have a lot of things thrown at you last minute, and so you have to kind of make those quick decisions. So I think it did really help me prepare to take in and step into this position.
So when you first got here, did you ever see yourself as being SGA president someday? Was that an aspiration when you stepped foot on campus? You're like, in 3 years, I'm going to be the SGA president.
No, not at all. I never thought that this is kind of where I would end up. I knew I loved SGA, and so I knew initially that I always wanted to be involved. And I wasn't even sure that I was running for president until pretty close near the application deadline for it. So this wasn't something that I had planned for a long time, which I think is a good thing, because now I can go in with a fresh mind and really get started with an open mind. And
so let's talk about what you're going to get started on. What are some of your plans and your ideas of things you want to work on during your tenure as president?
Yeah, so the first big thing is, as the SGA passed 3 years ago, was legislation to build a new rec center, and that's going to be happening very quickly here. And so I want to make sure that as that program is being built, that the student voices are heard in what they want in there, especially since this is for the students. No taxpayer dollars are being built for this. It's completely from student fees, so we want to make sure that the students are getting what they want. So that's a really big priority, as well as just kind of in the academic realm of things, a couple things. I want to try to extend library hours later during the week and have graduate test prep classes on this campus. I think that's the biggest thing that I got from feedback when I was going around to chapters, and when people would come up to me afterwards would be like, yes, I'm trying to go to graduate school, and I don't have anywhere to study or to help me study. I don't really know what I'm doing. So I think those are the few big things I want to do, as well as a lot of other little stuff along the way.
And so here's hoping that you can get some of that in there. And I know that you've got your inaugurations coming up here later this semester, and then come back in the fall, full swing
yeah.
and running the SGA. So here's hoping that things run smoothly in the transition and making the move to SGA president. And here's hoping that you'll return whenever you have something to talk about.
Yeah.
The important SGA. We'll have you back here whenever we get the chance to talk about some of the things going on in the SGA. Thanks for joining me.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.